Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I am going to walk you through the reading planner that I am going to be using for 2022. Now, for the past couple of years, I have used the Bookworm Life Planner, and this year I wanted to go a little bit different. I just like to change it up with my reading planners and journals and stuff. And this year I decided to use a novel companion. This is designed by Little Inkling Designs. She also created the Always Fully Booked planner, which is reading and everyday planners. I already have an everyday planner for myself for this year, so I didn't go that way. I'm considering maybe doing that next year, but we'll see how it goes. But I did go ahead and get her novel companion. So this is a reading journal. So it's basically very, very similar to the same type of thing that's in her regular planner, but without the weekly spreads. So this is just books only. So it came yesterday. I'm very excited about it. So I have this that I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to use it because I am manipulating it a little bit to fit my needs more. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I got the colorful edition. Now, as of right this second, I believe she's sold out, but she is going to restock it. So it's a whole like supply chain shipping delay thing that she's dealing with right now, which is why I didn't get it until yesterday, which was the 10th. So, but she is going to be restocking these. So if you are interested in this, just keep an eye on her website for when they're going to be restocked. So you will be able to get your hands on this again. As of right now, I think it does say sold out, but she will be getting some more. Okay, so I got the colorful edition. She also has a black and white edition, which is a little bit more simple. But I decided to go for the colorful edition because I just really love it. I think it's beautiful, and it's got some gold foiling on there, as you can see. It's really, really, really pretty. Now, I will say, when it came, I was surprised at how small it was. So this is smaller than the Bookworm Life Planner that I've been using. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I mean, I don't really decorate that much in here. It's just writing more for me. So I guess it's not that big a deal. I was just kind of surprised. And the paper is a little bit thinner than I was expecting as well, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little flip through, and we're going to manipulate it. I have some supplies here that I have printed out that I need to add in here and do all that. So I'll do all that with you. But just for really quickly. So it starts out with important information, so I can write stuff down here. This is a legend, and I did go ahead and fill in my colors for my book spines when I write down the books that I read on the bookshelves, which I'll show you in a second. I color in the spines based on the genre, and so each genre has a different color, and it's a really cool thing to look back over the year and see what I read a lot of and kind of see like, oh, well, that was definitely middle grade March. There's a lot of yellow there. So I was reading a lot of middle grade that month and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I went ahead and filled that in here. This is goals. So I wrote all my goals in here. I do have a video for my goals, so I'll leave that link down below if you haven't seen it yet. So I did put a couple little sticky notes in here on what I'm going to do with some of these pages. So this is an A to Z challenge. I'm not going to use this, so I will be covering this up. This is another reading challenge page. This is a genre reading challenge and a rainbow reading challenge. I'm not going to be doing those, so it's fine, but they're there for you if you want to participate in that. This is an on the cover reading challenge, so just a few little like prompts for things on the cover. And then this is an around the world reading challenge, which is really pretty. It's a map, and you can write in the different places, like there's Europe and North America and South America and Africa and Antarctica and all that if you wanted to work on something like that. That's not a focus for me, so again, this will be something I'm going to cover up. Here are your blank bookshelves. So this is where you write down everything that you have read. So I will write the books on the spines as I go, and then I will color them in based on my genre colors. So there's 2 pages for that. Okay, this is a reading checklist. So it just has a spot for you to write the book, what your rating was, and then you can check it off as you read it. So you could use this for like pre-planning or whatever. I do have plans for these. There are actually 3 spreads for this. So I have 3 things for that. and I'll show you how I use that in a second. This is a book series tracker, which I really like. So I would like to get some series finished up this year. It's not an official goal for me, but I think I would like to concentrate on that at some point. So I'll just write in, if I start reading a series or if I continue in a series, I'll write in what the series is and then the number of books. I'll just write in the ones that I still need to read, and then I can color them in when I read them. So that's a cool feature. I really like that. This one is a battle of the books, so you can kind of keep track, and then you would have like an ultimate winner, which is kind of fun. These are for quotes. I'm actually not going to use these because I don't write down book quotes as I go. This here is a movie tracker, so you can write down the title of the movie, the date you watched it, what you rate it. I do watch movies, but I'm not going to use this because I don't care that much about that. But there is a TV tracker, which I really like because I do watch a lot of TV and I do videos on what I have been watching lately. So I will keep track here of all the shows that I am binging this year. So I will definitely be using that one. So it has, you can put the TV show and then there's like episode or season. So I'll probably put seasons in here because I like to binge stuff. So I'll definitely be utilizing that one. This is a wish list, so 2 pages for that. I haven't fully decided how I'm going to use this yet. I'm thinking about maybe tracking books that have been gifted to me, maybe from my wish list. So I might use this that way. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And then this is 5-star reads, and the interesting thing about this is that it's just for 5-star reads, but I'm going to use this for 5-star predictions because we do 5-star predictions. And the way we're doing it this year, we're going to have 18 for Book List Thursday, and there's 19 slots here. So it's perfect for that. I've already written the first 3 down, and then I'm going to put my final star rating over here instead of the date that I read it. I don't care when I read it. So I'll put my final rating over here in this column instead. And then here it has a format. So you can do like audiobook, physical book, or ebook. So I'm going to use this for that one. This is a coloring page. You can just color in. I'll do that at some point. So this one is cool. So this says favorite books of blank. So you can do whatever you want. You can put your favorite books up for each month because there's 12 books here. You can do favorite books from series. You can do favorite books that were gifted to you, like whatever you want to do here, and you have 12 options. You can put your favorite books of the year if you want. I'm going to use this for book club books, so I just wrote in book club up here, and I'm going to actually put my first one on here today because I printed out January's cover, so I will put that in here with you in a second. But I'll have all this filled up by the end of the year for all the books that we're reading for our book club, so I think that's a cool thing. And then we're getting into the monthly. So you start out with a monthly spread here. This does come blank. So I already wrote in the dates for January. So I wrote them in already. I use this spread for my YouTube uploading schedule. And I will write on little labels, which I'll show you, and write down the video and then stick them on wherever I want to go. The reason I use labels is because sometimes things need to get shifted around, or I am planning to post a video on that day, but I don't get around to filming it in time. Lindsay and I can do our book list Thursdays, but sometimes we change it up at the last minute. So it just depends. So sometimes I have to change things around. So that's why I use removable stickers to write down what I'm doing. That way I can peel them off and move them around if I need to. But I'll show you that in a second. I'm also going to write down Instagram posts on here as well. So I'll have like the stickers on the top, and then on the bottom I'll write down what I'm planning to do on Instagram for whatever day. So Tuesdays are a big one because I'm starting to do book releases on release date when I get physical copies of them. So Tuesdays I'm going to try to keep blank of labels if I can. I don't usually upload on Tuesdays anyway. I usually do Mondays. So I think Tuesdays are going to be big, more writing in for book releases and stuff. And then over on the side here, I can make notes if I want to. I may write down book releases that I get physically over here to make sure that I'm checking them off as I upload them. And then down here, you can write down your most anticipated book, which is cool. Okay, so this is books to read. So I can write down whatever books I'm planning to read that month. And I will use this. I'm not officially doing TBRs anymore, but there are times where I have some things that like I want to concentrate on, or, you know, book club books will definitely be included in here. If I have buddy reads scheduled, I'll do that. So I'll probably write a few things in here, not a ton. There's a whole page for new releases, which I really, really like because I can keep track of my most anticipated releases for the year, and then I can check them off as I read them. So I really like that there's a whole page for new releases every month. And then we get into the bookish haul, so I can write down any books that I haul. And there's notes down here. And then this side is the reading wrap up, so I can write down all the books that I read. There is little check boxes, which I'll probably use to write down what star rating I give it. So I'll just put the number in the checkbox instead of checking them off. And then you can do stats here too. So number of books read, pages read, hours listened, and then average rating, which is kind of cool. And then for the format, number of print, number of ebook, number of audiobook, the best book of the month, which I think is cool. And then there's just some grid down here so that you can just write some notes down. And then we get into the next month. So since it's blank, you can really use this like starting any month that you want to. But obviously mine will be January through December. And then coming back to the end here, let's see, let me get to the last one. Okay, so after the last month for me will be December, we get into book reviews. So there are enough pages here to do 80 reviews. I'm going to use these for any publisher sent books. So any books that I'm reading off of my publisher sent cart that were sent to me for review, no matter how long ago it was, I'm going to write those down in here and kind of keep track that way. So I will be doing that. So there's a whole lot of pages for those. So I'll just use up as many as I need. And then we get into just blank pages. So I can do whatever I want back here. I have quite a few dot grid pages, and then there are lined note pages as well. I may end up using the back for notes on my books as I'm reading them, because I do like to take notes while I'm reading, so that way when I do my wrap up, I can remember what I'm saying. I write down audiobook narrators if I listen to a book, stuff like that. So I'll just keep like a little bullet point of what I'm reading, and that way I have notes ready to go when I'm doing my wrap up. That's been very helpful for me. So I'm going to figure that out. I think I can probably use all of these up, even if I get into here, that's fine. And I try to keep it condensed. I don't try to write out too much stuff, but I put in like content warnings if I feel like I need to say something about that, and that kind of stuff, and just kind of my overall feelings, and if there's anything I want to make sure that I hit on when I'm talking about them in my wrap up. So I think I'm going to use the back for those. That's kind of my game plan for right now, because I don't really have anywhere else to do that within the month, which is what I was doing in my Bookworm Life Planner. I did have room for those. So in this one I don't, but I can improvise. Okay, so we're going to put this together a little bit. So on the front part here, I actually have a sticker that I stole from my daughter Layla. She got, I have supplies here, so pardon me while I kind of shift things around. I don't have a huge workspace right now. So Layla got a package of stickers for Christmas, like just a big pack of Hamilton stickers. And in there was this one. It says, "There's a million books I haven't read, but just you wait." And I 100% stole this from her. So I thought this was really cute. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on this page here. I don't need to write my name in it. So I'm going to just go ahead and stick this down because it's super cute. And she had no problem with me stealing it, because she's like, "Yeah, that's a sticker you need, Mom." So I'm going to put this in here. Okay. There's a million books I haven't read, but just you wait. Love that. Okay. So we're just going to go through this together, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do as far as manipulating this to fit my own needs personally. Okay. So first thing is, I'm not going to do the A to Z challenge. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to use this for the buzzword reading challenge. So I am doing that challenge this year. I have printed off the challenges that Kayla from Books and Lala provided, because she is the one who runs this. So she provided this printable for you. So I printed it out into the size that I needed. I literally saved her file to my desktop, and then I put this in Microsoft Word and just sized it to what I needed it. So it was perfect. So it has all of the challenges there, and I can write down what book I read for each challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover this up. So it's literally going to completely cover that just about perfectly. So that's what it's going to look like. I am using a two-sided tape runner. This is what I use for my scrapbooking supplies. So I am just going to go along the outside edges and then a little bit in the middle just to make sure it stays put. And then I'm just going to very carefully stick this in here. There we go. Okay, so now I have a page for the Buzzword Reading Challenge, and it's all good. And I printed this on computer paper. Everything that I have printed here is on computer paper because I want this to be as thin as possible. I don't want to bulk it up too much with like cardstock or anything like that. So, okay, so that's there. This one I'm actually ripping out because I'm not going to use either of these challenges. I'm not going to use this challenge. So I'm just going to rip this out. I don't need it. I don't need extra space for anything. So yeah, sorry. Who is cringing at me right now? It's fine. Okay, this one, interestingly, so the next two pages are the bookshelves. Now these only have 80 books. I read more than that in a year. Even if I have a slower reading year, I will definitely at least read 80 books. So I needed more space on this. On her website, she has an option where you can get a printable empty bookshelf, and it's only $5. So I downloaded that, and I did the same thing with this. I just sized it in Microsoft Word for what I needed. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that here. So this will be where my bookshelves start, and then it will go into these two as well, because I just needed some extra room for that. That was one thing that I was a little bit concerned about buying this journal, because I knew that I needed more bookshelves. But when I saw she had a printable, I was like, oh, done. So this will go over the map here. As you can see, it's going to fit nicely. So I'm going to do the same thing and just add this in here. So let's do that. Okay, so that is going to start off my bookshelves here. So when I start reading, I will start here and then fill this up, and then I can turn the page and then keep going here, and I'll probably get into here. Like I may fill up one or two shelves on this side as well. So that is going to be really nice. And I like that the printable is a different pattern than these two as well. So like these have flowers and glasses and cactus and all that kind of stuff. This one has a globe, more flowers, a mug, and this Beauty and the Beast rose, which was really cute. So, and I do color these in as I go along. So yeah. Okay, so now I have 3 bookshelf options here, which is really nice. And okay, so here, so the reading checklist, I have 3 spreads for these. Now, I'm going to use these for my focuses. My focuses this year are my Book of the Month books, my publisher sent books for review, my Christmas book exchange books, and anything gifted to me. So those are the 4 areas in my house that I'm really concentrating on this year. So I'm going to keep track of those on here. So for example, this one is going to be Book of the Month. So I'm going to keep these 2 pages open. I am going to label them with these labels that I have in my scrapbooking stash. They're just like printable stuff that I got a very, very long time ago. So I'm going to use a couple, I think I can use these here because they're all the same size and there's 4 of them. So I'm gonna just cut these out, and then I'm going to label what each one is going to be. And then I will use these for these 3 spreads just to focus on the areas that I'm concentrating on this year. Okay, so I have my labels cut out, so I am going to start with this one, and this is going to be my book of the month. So I'm going to take one of these labels, I'm going to write book of the month on there, and then I'll stick it on. All right, so book of the month. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick that right here. And then every time I read a book of the month book, I'm going to write it in here, and I can put my rating. The checklist boxes I'm just going to use to number. So like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, whatever. That way it's easy to keep count. At the end of the year, I can say I read 20 book of the month books or something, whatever it is I end up reading. So that is how I'm going to do this. So that's going to be book of the month. This one is going to be my publisher sent. So I'm going to put, let's see, publisher review books on this one, I think. All right, publisher review. I'm going to put that one on this side. I'm going to kind of stagger them a little bit so that they don't bulk up in the same spot, since these are cardstock labels, so they're a little bit thicker. So anytime I read something off my review cart, which I've already read one, so I can go ahead and write one in, and then I will keep track of what I rated it, and again, the numbers and all that stuff. And then for this one, okay, I'm going to double up on this one because I have my Christmas book exchange books, and then I have gifted books. So I'm going to use this side for one, this side for the other. So I'm going to do my Christmas book exchange on this side. Then on this side, I'm going to do gifted. So for the gifted one, since I don't have a lot of room up top, I'm just going to take up the first line there, and that's totally fine. Not a big deal. Okay, so these are all labeled, and as soon as I start reading from these categories, I can start keeping track of how many I read, which I really, really like that. Okay, the book series tracker I'm going to use as is. Okay, so Battle of the Books, and then we're getting into quotes. I do not write down quotes as I read. I just don't do that. I tried to do that one year and I just never stuck with it. And I'm not going to do the Battle of the Books either. So I'm going to rip out these pages. Oh, I know. I'm even going to rip this one out because I'm not going to use the movie tracker and I don't need an extra page for anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and rip these out because I'm not planning to use them. And that's what these little things said. It said rip out. Okay, so I don't need those. Now, so I'm going to have my book series tracker and my TV tracker together, so that's cool. Wish list, again, I think I'm going to keep track of anything that comes in this year that is gifted to me from you guys, because I do keep track of those every year, and I highlight them when I read them, so that's nice. And on here, I can maybe like check off if I read them or something. So I'm going to probably keep this open for that, but I don't need to do anything to it. Here are 5-star predictions, like I said. And I think, again, I'm going to do rating instead of date read. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just use a label. one of my Avery labels here, and I'll just cut it down. So I have like these Avery labels. This is what I write my video schedule on. So I'll show you that in a second again. But I'm just going to cut this down to something smaller, and I'll write rating, because it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to keep track of what date I read anything. It's totally fine. But I do want to keep track of what I end up rating it, because that's important. So, and I'll make it easy when I do my wrap-ups and my follow-ups for those. Okay, so I'm just going to cover up date read with this label here. And then I will write rating. Okay, I put final rating on there. And I'm going to put predictions up here as well. Predictions for 5-star reads. There we go. Okay, so predictions, 5-star reads, final rating, and then I do have my first 3 on there. Okay, so there's that. I think that is it as far as manipulating stuff. Oh, book club, sorry. Okay, book club. So for January, I read Just Haven't Met You Yet, so I printed this out. This was interesting because this is not like cut and dry, but I did make it, it's pretty darn close. So it's gonna look really cute right there. And I ended up, like, I did this in Word again. I just downloaded this book cover from Google and measured the thing here and just made it as close as I could in Word. And then I cut it out. And luckily I saved this file so that I saved the document so that next time I can do the same measurements. It'll be an easy reference for me. Okay, so this is for January. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to write January somewhere. Actually, I think I will. I think I'll write it like right up on top here at a kind of a little bit of an angle. So I'll just write January. Okay, and then I can fill in the rest of the months as I go. So that's January's book club. Okay, so now we are into the months here. Now this is where I keep my schedule, like I said. So I can go ahead, I kind of made like pencil notes on here on the days that I have already uploaded things because I was just waiting for this to come. Okay, so I had a video up here. And again, I'm gonna try to keep them a little bit higher on the date because on the bottom I want to be able to write any Instagram posts. So I'm gonna need to figure that out as well. Okay, things that have already gone up. So this went up on the 10th. Okay, this went up on the 8th. This went up on the 6th. I'm kind of working backwards here a little bit. Okay. And then nothing else has gone up yet, but I know I can put in my book list already because we have already figured all that out. I haven't written down the last one yet, but that's okay. I'll do that later. And then these two I have not even filmed yet, so I'm going to wait on those because I'm not 100% sure when those are going up yet. But so far, I can put those in, and then I will go back and write in my Instagram stuff just along the bottom on any day that I plan on posting stuff. And I'm going to try to keep up on that, even if I'm posting in the moment, just like making like little notes on what I'm going to be posting on what day. Some of them I'm going to plan out. Some of them are going to be like, you know, just in the moment stuff. And then I do think on this side, I'm going to write down arcs that I get. I need to kind of organize that a little bit. So I'm not ready to write those in yet. I need to go through my cart. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in my most anticipated book yet or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to worry about that. Okay, and then I'll fill these in later. So, but they're pretty cut and dry. And that's it. So that is how I manipulated and made my new reading journal work for me. Again, this is the novel companion from Little Inkling Designs. I will have her website linked down below. Please make sure you go check her out. She is the sweetest thing, and she runs this business all by herself, you guys, her and her husband. It is insane how much work she puts into releases, and you know, she does the planners and all that stuff. It's just kind of insane, and she keeps you updated along the way, so you kind of see the behind the scenes stuff, which is really cool. So make sure you check out her website, check out her Instagram. I'll leave both of those linked down below. And again, if you want to get your hands on a copy of one of these, make sure you just keep checking her site, because they will be coming back in stock soon. So yeah, but that's what I'm going to be planning on using for 2022, and I'm excited to really like dive in and get started on it. And now I have it all set up and ready to go and all that good stuff. So, all right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.